Hi, welcome to Always in My Art for Kids. Today we've got a fun summer project. We'll be making stained glass windows, but without the glass and without the messy stain. In fact, let me tell you what we'll need. You'll need a printout of a page that has a stained glass looking picture. I found this one online. I typed in something like kids stained glass coloring pages, I think, something like that. But I found this little cute one of this little bear eating an ice cream, and I thought that's totally summer right there. There it is. Let's see what you can find. You'll need something like this to color. You'll also need some markers. Washable markers are what's going to work. The permanent markers are not going to work for this project, so anything washable will be just fine. You'll also need some paper towels because it's kind of messy, and you'll want to put your paper towels underneath your work like that, because you also need cooking oil. I know, is that the craziest? Surprise! Bet you didn't see that one coming, but that's where the mess comes in. So make sure that you cover your surface with a paper towel because it's going to get oily, and also make sure that you have your parents' permission, and they might want to just pour a little bit out into a little dish for you. You don't need a whole lot. I would say you could even put a little bit just in a little tiny paper cup, and that would be plenty for you. And it's easier to use out of a little paper cup than trying to pour it out of a big gigantic bottle. And you may or may not need scissors. I'm going to need scissors because the way this printed out onto the paper is kind of small and little. And I like it. So I'm going to cut my picture out of the paper. So here it is. This project is super easy. It's quick, it's fun, and it's a little bit on the messy side too, which makes it even better, right? First thing you're going to do is color your picture with your markers. Once I get mine colored in, I'll be right back. Alright, so I've got my bear colored. Looks like that is going to be one happy bear enjoying that yummy ice cream cone. I was kind of going for a raspberry, strawberry look, maybe. Got it on a piece of paper towel because this is the messy part. This is also the part that looks really cool. So I've got a little bit of cooking oil here in my little paper cup, and I've got a piece of paper towel to dip in here, and I'm going to just put some oil on this paper towel, kind of a little down there. I don't want to drip and making too much of a mess. Now I'm going to go over the whole thing with this oil. So I'm just going to hold on to it and rub the oil around and around and around. You probably won't notice anything right at first, but it's a really cool effect when the paper reacts to the oil being put on it. So see, that's all it takes, and I've just got this, I just used this one little dab of oil, so it just takes a teeniest little bit of oil, and you're just going to rub it on there with your towel. So that's all there is to it. You just rub oil all over. Make sure you don't miss a spot. And then when it reacts to the oil, it does a really cool thing. It's got a really fancy little sheen to it. And I'll show you. It's kind of shiny, but right now it's still very, very wet. So that's why it's pretty shiny. However, it will dry eventually. Now, it might take a long time to dry. You probably will want it to dry overnight. Artists that use oil paints have to wait sometimes over a month for their oil paints to dry. It really takes a long time, but you can see it's soaked through, and the paper has absorbed the oil, and it's going to give it a kind of translucent look to it. I'll show you what I mean. I've got a before and after picture that I'm going to show you. This is the before picture. As you can see, It's just been colored, but this was before I put the oil on it and I stuck it in a sunny window. Now here is the after picture. After I put the oil all over it and rubbed it in real good to the paper, I let it dry overnight. And look at what happens when the sun shines through. And that's all there is to it. It's really easy and fun. Couple things to remember is that it is messy, so make sure you're not wearing your good clothes. You want to be wearing something that you can get messy in, a paint shirt or something that can get oil on it. And the other thing you really want to make sure is that it's dry before you put it up in the window, because if it's still oily, if there's oil on it, because see, it went right through to the back. And if there's oil on it, it's going to get on your window. And you might be asked to clean that up. Have fun with this one. Happy summer, everyone.